your name, I want you guys to come to the front of the room because we're celebrating our growth today. What was our goal to be on Spotlight Friday? 30 points growth since the beginning of the year, and look at this amazing growth, boys and girls.
They want their class to succeed, everybody in our class. So that was a big deal whenever every single person met their growth goal for me for this month. It's gonna start over in another week, so can we stop working just because we all met our goal? No, and they know that. As soon as everybody was up here and we were cheering, I immediately went back into, okay, what are we gonna have to do though? We have one more week until it's a new month and our growth goal is gonna go up to 40, so we have to continue to work. We're all gonna be cheering for each other. I have always taught small group station rotation models, but it's never been truly data driven. This was probably the missing piece for me in 18 years of education. After you complete this one, we probably need to look at, yes, why measurement?
Because it's my week.
How do you know?
It's your next weakest.
How do you know what?
High five. Thank you for being a great student agent.
We are a very successful district on a lot of levels. You know, we strive for excellence in extracurricular and academics and everything we do in Stephenville. But we were missing something, not just in our curriculum, but in our performance. We had pretty much been doing well on the area of achievement across the district, and so I think that's why, you know, we can speak to that being successful. But where we were missing the mark was in our individual student growth. Because we had been so focused on pass or fail, achievement, achievement, achievement. And so we didn't celebrate that individual student growth. And so every student should be able to make gains. They may not all be able to pass, but they should be able to make growth.
Okay, so look at your Smart Path, open up your Smart Path, and I want to know where you're going today. What's that going to look like today for you? So if you finish your TEAC Spin 3 and get this out of the way, you're going to get to go to your PBL, which is your financial literacy, which will pull you in with groups. Does that make sense? Are you on PBL? Okay.
I'm working on PBL.
You're on PBL? What are you working on?
PBL.
So you're all on PBL. So if you finish this TEAC Spin, okay, then you'll get to go to PBL. So y'all might want to plan that out when we go into Smart Path time in your RIT group.
It's definitely a challenge at the beginning, but the outcome is beautiful. And I feel like we're preparing students in a much deeper way than we've ever prepared them before. I feel like instead of just staying on my normal TEAC path that Texas sets up, I'm able to branch into 5th grade TEACs and 6th grade TEACs and then fill their buckets with 3rd and 2nd and 1st, and I get to teach all of those lessons. And though it's a challenge at sometimes, I feel like we're really doing a good job in closing the gaps and moving the students.
What's the end goal? What am I trying to do?
Cover up your holes when you're learning from like 2nd grade, 1st grade, kindergarten, all the grades before. And there, by the end of the year, we're hoping that everyone can get every skill on IXL up to a 5th grade level.
Nice. So basically, I'm filling holes.
Yes, you're filling holes.
That's what Smart Path Time is.
As they're working their way through, they're making decisions. I should probably do my spelling first because it's harder and I'm going to get it out of the way. Or this one, it's not my favorite, so I'm going to do it first and save my favorite for last. When I walk in and they talk about this TEAC and this is my focus and this is my weakness and this is my strength, it's not the teachers talking about that anymore. It's the kids owning their learning.
Geometry and data and property was holding me back. Now data and property, I'm at like 560.
Very nice.
Because I did that like one skill that was holding me back and it shot me up.
That first semester that we were working through this work was very difficult, especially for our veteran teachers, because they had, developed their teaching style and what they were comfortable with, and they were also successful. So it's hard to change a teacher's mindset when they're already doing successful work.
It was scary. It was definitely scary because basically you have your rhythm, the way you do things and the way you go about things in the classroom. So to think that we were going to start doing blended learning and release that control, it was scary.
being the control freak I am, it was very difficult to release some of that. So when I first started mine traveled in stations according to where I told them to go. And then eventually I released a little bit more of that. I've always tried to focus on my low kids, and then I kind of neglected my high kids. And so this doesn't allow you to neglect anybody. You hit everybody, and the high kids are doing their thing, the low kids are doing their thing, and they're all showing growth and they're all feeling successful. That was the first time I realized, okay, this is good. I need to let go of how I used to do things and try this new thing. So that was my aha moment.
So when you sit back and just see everybody working on something at their level, being successful and feeling confident, then it just makes it all worth it. That's my favorite time of day, when I can sit back maybe 30 seconds and just look out and everybody's got something going on. Nobody's off task. They're just working, and they're working at their level, and they're feeling confident about what they're doing.
My whole philosophy of teaching, I think probably number one is I always want to try to meet the needs of all of my students. That's my goal, right? With blended learning, the data proves that we are meeting the needs for all of our students. It's not just trying to, you can actually see that you are doing that. And then number two goes back to just life lessons, teaching students how to set goals, what that looks like, what hard work feels like in achieving your goals, and what that feels like, being able to celebrate after you do achieve your goals. So that's something that my students can take, and hopefully that will carry on with them throughout their life. So not just about classroom expectations, but taking something with them into the real world.